guys, today I'm going to show you how to make really yummy looking pudding in Blender using sculpting and subsurface textures. It's really easy. Just go ahead and add a sphere of your choice. I like to do UV. Make sure that you have plenty of geometry. Like I might do 100, and that's actually pretty darn crazy. I'm going to shade smooth. Then we're going to tab into edit mode, go into wireframe view, and delete half of it. Now I'm going to take all of this, press A, then S, Z, 0. So now we kind of have this this kind of sculptable mesh. We can set the origin to geometry and then selection to cursor, and now we have this just on the ground. So we can go ahead and start sculpting it. We might even look to use Dyn Topo mesh. You can see we have a nice sculptable circular solid here. So you can just start sculpting like kind of a heap of whatever. Like I said, I like to do pudding because pudding's a fun kind of thing, and we can do subsurface with it. So you could just keep on sculpting. Stay away. Ooh. I'm not very good at sculpting, but I find it kind of fun to do anyway. And once you get to the top, you can use like elastic deform to kind of create. That doesn't look like pudding, but something like that looks pretty decent. And then we just take this, and we can add another sphere. I might just do an ecosphere this time, and again, I'm gonna do a UV. Yeah, UV is a lot better. So I'm gonna use 20, or I'll do 40 this time, and this will be our bowl. So you can just select all of that, make sure wireframe mode so that it selects everything. Then you can delete the faces, and then you add a solidify modifier, and you make it a bit bigger. And you shade all to smooth, and you go up a bit, and you scale your pudding so that it fits inside the bowl. And you actually have a pretty cool thing now. I mean, that's just fun. And now it's time for the texturing. It's just texturing is really easy. That's why I wanted to do pudding. You can do the subsurface color, change the subsurface, and immediately you get kind of a cool kind of texture. Turn down the roughness. Just make it something very small, and I like to make maybe like kind of a yellowish color. And yeah, and now we have some decent looking pudding. I mean, I'd eat that if I was given a bowl that looked like that. It looks a bit too plasticky right now, so I might make it a bit yellower. Because banana pudding, you can make it any kind of pudding you want. Like yucky puddings are the easiest to make because like everything is easiest to make yucky. Like to do a subsurface, something around there, and you can see then you have a pretty nice looking bowl of pudding that someone would eat if they were given it. And here's a bonus tip: if you want the pudding to look a lot more realistic, go ahead and add a Musgrave texture, and then go ahead and add a bump node. Plug the normal into the normal on the principled BSDF, and plug the height of the Musgrave into the height of that, and it looks terrible, but don't worry. And now we're going to take this down a bit, and we're gonna turn up the detail, and you can change the dimension, and then just look at it with and without. And then you plug that in, and it will look a lot better. I want to do something even more like 0.02 potentially, because then you have some of that detail, and then I might want to turn down the dimension a bit more too. And that just gives the illusion of that there's a lot more geometry that's not there. You can do something similar for the wood, just do like a PBR texture from Polyhaven. I just gotta take this, go search for wood. This is a good enough texture. then I'll just do a cube projection. And it looks almost like a coconut, and it's just a really fun kind of thing you can do. It renders well in Eevee, and yeah, I hope this was a fun tutorial. See you in the next video, and please consider subscribing because I'd really appreciate it.